We are going to look at finding the area of irregular shapes. So irregular means that it is not a complete rectangle or square. The sides do not match up. They are not equal in length. There are two strategies to do this. The first strategy is to divide the figure into two smaller rectangles. So the way I did that was by drawing a dotted line to break up the small rectangle and the large rectangle. So my larger rectangle has a length of 7 and a width of 4. So we know the area equals length times width. So that would equal 28 centimeters squared. If I look over here, I'm just looking at the area of this small rectangle. So I'm looking at where I drew this dotted line right here and this whole rectangle. So I'm going to outline that in black so you can see which rectangle I'm talking about. So after I outline it, you can see that the smaller rectangle has a length of 4 and a width of 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so now I have an area of 8 for my small rectangle and an area of 28 for my larger rectangle. And when I'm doing this of irregular shapes, I always like to write my areas inside my rectangles so that I don't get confused. So now, what do I do next? I have to add my two areas. My small one is 8, my large one is 28. So 28 plus 8 is 36 centimeters squared. So my whole area of this entire figure will be 36 centimeters squared. That's the first strategy. Again, by dividing your irregular shape into two regular shapes and then adding those two regular shapes up to get your total area. The second way is to draw two lines to make the figure into one large rectangle. So I did that by, again, I'll outline this for you so you can see it, by drawing a line to complete this length and to complete my width. Okay, so now I can look at my whole shape. I can act like this is all shaded in if I were to shade this in and act like this was part of my rectangle and the shape is now regular. So my length is 7 and my width is 6. 42 centimeters squared would be my area. But I cannot just go with that. I've got to take away what I added. So if I look at what I added, it is actually a small rectangle. So if I finish this rectangle and I draw my other lines, I can easily see what my length and my width is. My length is 2, my width is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Well, since I added that 6, I now have to take that away. If I take that 6 away, 42 minus 6 would be 36 centimeters squared. And a way to check yourself is you can use both of these strategies to see if you got the same answer. I got 36 the first strategy and 36 the second strategy, so I know that my answer is correct. You can use whichever strategy is easiest for you, but these are two ways that you can use to find area of irregular shapes.